Hey everyone who is joining live. This is my Ask Nancy live stream that I do every couple of weeks. And welcome anyone who's watching the replay, maybe on my YouTube channel. Maybe you want to subscribe or maybe invite some others to subscribe. What I do every couple of weeks here is I cover all sorts of different topics related to communication questions, leadership, skill building, all sorts of different things. I like to have guests sometimes to have some rich chats about, struggles in the workplace or things that get us knotted up. Today, though, I'm here solo, and I kind of just want to. It's going to be a shorter one today, but I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind lately, and that my most recent newsletter is focused on. And I think it's a really important topic. And in fact, over this past holiday weekend, I've had some rich discussions with friends and loved ones about this. And it is sort of tapping into our younger minds, right? Our, what I call our young warrior mindset. And what I mean by that is that, I've discovered recently, and I think it's true for a lot of people, that we get into our routines, we get into our flow of life, and we allow a lot of the inner critic and sort of judgmental inner dialogue to get in our way when we really want to be in curiosity and discovery and trying things and challenging ourselves, reaching our potential. And when we can tap into our younger selves, that kind of sense of wonder and discovery and experimenting that we experience as young children, it can be so liberating. But we don't really do it regularly, and I think with intention we can change that. So I would like to challenge you today to kind of resurrect your younger mindset a little bit. And one of the best ways to do this is to find a picture of yourself when you're, 7 or 8 or 10 years old. That period in your life where you're constantly trying new things. In one of the talks I do, I like to tell the story of when I learned to ride a bike, when I actually got a two-wheeler for Christmas, a brand new Schwinn purple two-wheeler with purple and white streamers from the handlebars. It was just this magnificent machine that was sitting under the Christmas tree. And when I saw it, I was equally petrified and excited, right? Like, this is so awesome. How am I ever going to ride it? And I think as adults, we go through that a lot. If we challenge ourselves, we're equal parts petrified and excited. We want to try the new thing. We want to do the stretch project at work. We want to, climb the mountain or ski the slope or whatever it is. And then we let those inner voices get in and shut it down. So I would ask you, and when you have a picture of your young self and you look at it, you trigger your memory. You can remember that those experiences a little bit. Now, for some people, it could be an uncomfortable exercise if you've had any kind of significant trauma in your childhood. And if you have, this is not an exercise that I would suggest that you do. But for me, I found that digging up the picture and looking at the picture reminded me of those stretch muscles that I had, and if you think about yourself as a baby, go way back. For me, that's way back. As babies, developmentally, we are wired to keep pulling ourselves up on the couch arm, right? When we're learning to walk. Anything we can pull ourselves up on, the rung of the chair, the table, all the scary things, we just keep pulling ourselves up and falling down. And after 6 or 7 tries, a baby will not say, well, I obviously was not meant to walk, right? Because developmentally, we're not there. Our brains aren't there. We are wired to survive. We are wired to walk. We are wired to get upright. So if you apply the same kind of approach, when we try the thing 2 or 3 times and it doesn't work out, we let the inner critic get in, right? Because we've been socialized, we've listened to all the voices, whether they be real or imaginary, that tell us things that we choose to believe or choose not to believe. And when we're faced with a new challenge, those inner critics can shut it down, or we can stay in that discovery mindset and say, I'm just going to keep at it because it's not working yet, or this may be the wrong approach or the wrong methodology for this particular thing. So I'm going to try a different one. Or I'm going to imagine if we applied that mindset to everything we were trying to do in personal lives, in work lives. Well, that's not working. I'm going to try something else without the narratives, without the dialogue in our head that says, well, obviously you weren't meant to do this. We can question that. So I would love to, hear your thoughts on this, get your feedback on this if you try this exercise. And if you're interested in reading more about my experience recently, you can go to my blog or my newsletter on LinkedIn, or subscribe to my newsletter through my website, nancyrberger.com. It's a free newsletter that goes out every couple of weeks. And I tell a story of an experience I had recently after giving a talk where I was kind of faced with my younger self and some of the painful memories and the learning, the learning moments, and how I was thinking about, what would I say to her if I could talk to her right now? So if you choose to do this exercise and it feels right for you, looking at a picture of yourself, think about what you would say to that younger version of yourself. What kind of guidance you would give, or what kind of questions you might ask. But it could be a really enlightening way to reconnect with your own sense of discovery. So back to the bicycle analogy, the bicycle story. So when I saw my new bike on Christmas, and it was Christmas, so I wasn't going to go out on it anytime soon. But when the spring came and I went outside, I remember distinctly my father put training wheels on the bike, and he said, you're going to ride with the help of these training wheels, and until you're ready to take them off. And I said, well, but how would I know? How will we know if I'm ready? And he says, well, I'll know because they're on the back wheel. And I'll see that if they're not coming down onto the pavement, you're ready. So I had to be focused forward. I had to just ride the bike and keep riding the bike and keep riding the bike. And then one day my dad said, you're ready. The training wheels are not going down. I didn't believe him, right? Sound familiar? It's kind of like the way we talk to ourselves. Well, I think I'm ready, but I'm not really ready. Like so much noise. And if we just kind of stick to the mechanics of things and keep in that discovery, we can accomplish so much. So let me know what you think of this if you do the exercise with your photo, or any thoughts you have about this topic of your younger self, your young warrior. Check out my blog, my newsletter on LinkedIn or through my website. And I will see you in another couple weeks, where I think I'm going to have a guest next time. We may be talking about imposter syndrome, but I'm not sure. Any topics you would like to see me cover, please shoot me an email or put a comment in the YouTube in my YouTube channel. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. In the meantime, be well. Thanks for checking it out. Bye.